Do you plan to retire in Nigeria or in the US?
I plan to retire in Nigeria.
Probably neither.
Nigeria.
I like to retire next year.
I would like to retire in Nigeria.
I like to retire in Nigeria.
Nigeria for me too. Nigeria.
The US.
Why?
So I would say I don't just want to retire in Nigeria. I want to like live in Nigeria and work there. Like I think it was like Vladimir Putin or some politician said that Africa is kind of like a graveyard. People just go there when they're old to die and get buried. Like I want to live in Nigeria. I want to spend time there. I want to build businesses. I want to have houses. I'm in film, so I really want to make movies that are centered around Nigerian culture, art, things like that. So to me, like after I'm in grad school right now, after I graduate, I plan on eventually moving out there and living and building a career, not just to retire there, but to live there, raise kids there, things like that. That's why it's important to me. What about y'all?
If I hadn't lived in Nigeria, I think I could see that, but honestly, I feel like it's too rough for me. I don't have an accent. I can't speak pidgin. I don't want to barter. Every time I want to buy mangoes, I just want to go live my life. And so I don't think I'm like capable. I feel like I'm more likely to retire in like the Caribbean or like South America or something. So it's still a little Western, but like tropical.
Excuse me?
Okay.
No, it's funny because we like, I'm totally the opposite. Like I love that lifestyle, like just the roughness. I'm seeing roughness in that course because people actually rough. Just like the life is not smooth. You never know what tomorrow holds. Like that's not part of like that. It's just like it's one big adventure. So in a sense, kind of like I want to go back and actually live there. I don't want to just go there to retire or go there when I'm like in my 60s or 50s, 40s, whatever. Like after 10, 15 years, I'll think like I want to leave, go to Europe for a while and then just go back home.
Yeah, I envision for myself to also not like wait to like I'm in my 60s to actually live out there or visit there more often. Like I do see myself, buying land, buying a house there, and actually, especially one day when I settle down and settle down and marry and have kids, like I want to like leave like some type of legacy there, for my own family. I want to, feel connected. I don't, like prior to retirement, I want to, have that foundation for myself. That's what I envision for myself. And honestly, I don't know what it is, but all I know is I don't want to end up at home, and I know that can, happen a lot out here. I don't know, but. That's the thing for me as well. So, yeah, I'll leave it as that.
Well, I would like to retire in Nigeria because, like she said, I don't want to end up in a nursing home because I work in a nursing home and I know how it is. Like, not being able to have your freedom. Like, you're not being able to eat what you want every day and not able to take care of yourself, do anything, go where you want to go, have your own freedom, you're just locked up like a prison, and it's really hard, being taken away from your family, from things that you love doing, you once loved doing, and you're just somewhere where you can't even do anything. You're just every day, the same building, the same people that you don't even know, those strangers. It's really hard, And back home, growing up, my grandma was 104 before she passed away, and she literally does everything by herself. She goes to her farm, she does her cooking, she does her everything. She always want to do something. Because that's what the other kind of they want to be doing something. They don't just want to sit somewhere, Because at the end of the day, when they end up in the nursing home, when we end up in the nursing home, we start having all different kind of stuff, going crazy, having dementia, because we know we're nowhere for she don't be, So I feel like that's really that has a huge impact on us. And if you go back to Nigeria, you don't have to stay in your own house. We don't even have a nursing home in Nigeria. So when you're sick, you go to the hospital, you get taken care of, and you go back to your home, you live with your family, Or even if you don't have family, like you have people take care of you, like it's like parent, like it's when you should live like back home. And then if you where like the system is like, everyone has to work. So like your family is not there, so at the end of the day, like they put you like in a nursing home, which is like a prison. Yeah, for me, I call it the prison. Just like, yeah, it's not happy being up there. So for me, I just want to get away from all of that, like retire and go back home to New York.
Well, she said, she said, because I work in a facility, like what she says, she's right. I've seen how families, family members, they come here to check up on them just once in a while. So that's why I'm trying to build something back home, because I was one of the residents. That's why I'm trying to build back something back home. So even though I'm retired, so the money or the benefit that I'll be getting when they pay back, I can use it to live like that comfortable life that we all want to live here. Because if you look at it, bro, there's no life here. You just work, stress out yourself, your mental problem, your mental health and everything. So not only I would love to.
Well, for me, I always want to go to Nigeria. Like, I don't really want to go there, like, just like you said and she said. I don't just want to go there just to go retire. Like, I've always said something about, like, oh, when I get married, like, number one, for my husband, he has to be okay with me, like, taking the children back home, at least for, like, junior secondary school, to just know the culture and all of that, and also live in Nigeria for a while. Like, if you leave it to me, I will be in Nigeria right now, even at this stage of life. Do you understand? Like, because the struggle I get is too much. Like, I'm already establishing myself and establishing things like having a business back home, having land, all of this stuff. So when I decide to go back and be there, I'm gonna be like comfortable. Do you understand? So it's like I don't know, America is just, it's not for me. I'm also in like the medical field. I also want to like have clinics, clinics, fatherless home, because I lost my dad when I was young also. So it's like I want to have different, houses for kids that don't have, less privilege basically. So it's not just only to go retire and just go sit down. I have a mission going back home. Like I want to open like a clinic, not like a big hospital, but a clinic, and I also want to watch it myself. I don't want to live in how it is. I mean, yeah, if that, I'm not.
You're the biggest.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just not about going there because, things are hard out here in America. I feel like coming to America is an opportunity, like, especially if you're coming from Nigeria, like, it's a big opportunity if you know what you're doing. Because you can really establish yourself to the point whereby when you go back to dollar and naira, guys, come on. You know how that is. Then you're a billionaire in Nigeria or a millionaire. So it's like, other than the currency, it's much more for me, like having all these businesses and establishing myself as a female and my family and making us comfortable and all of that. So that's why I do go back to Nigeria.
For me, I said neither. Like, I still want to go back to Nigeria and help. Like, one of my passions is going back to Nigeria and in schools. Like, I still want to have a home there, retire my family, have my kids be out there, but just like more in the long term and what will bring me more peace. I don't think it's being in Nigeria just because of like everything that's happening. It's a lot, and when I'm at my own age, I want to be somewhere where I have free healthcare, which is why I also said not the US. So I go to like maybe Norway, Switzerland, or even the Caribbean, like just something that's more grounding and still, me having that peaceful life.
Right. For me, when I gotta think about like the word retired. Like I think we all have different definitions of the word retired. For example, my mom, she worked like her entire life. She didn't retire until she was probably like 55, 60. A couple of years ago. That's when she officially retired. I don't plan on working my entire life until 55, 60 years old, then retire. That's the reason why I'm not working in a, what we call it, health, industry.
I plan to retire by the time I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. So, at 40 years old, I'm still very young. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go and sit down in Nigeria. And, I would still want to be out here in America. Because, like I said, retiring means like you're not actively working day to day. You know what I'm saying? I could still be doing stuff for work. Like I'm a DJ, right? I could still be DJing or just doing whatever I do to make money, right? But I'm not actually going to work like a 9 to 5 or out to clock in and clock out. I could be into stocks and crypto and all these other things like at the age of 40 where I'm still making money while not working. So at that age I saw the time to go back to Nigeria, spend maybe a few months, go travel the world, and I want to be based here in America because I feel like even though I'm retired at 40, I still feel like there's a whole lot of opportunities out here to still, make more money because I want to be able to like have all these resources here in America so I can give it to my kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be working till 60 years old and then retire and then, I have to depend on their pension or whatever it is that people get when they retire, Social Security. You get what I'm saying? Because you might not get it actually, you know what I'm saying? So retire 40, do what I do to earn more money and invest my money and just sit down and, enjoy life. That's why. And then, the healthcare here, even though it's pricey or you have to pay for it, it's better than Nigeria. When you hit your 50s and stuff, that's when you develop all these conditions that we don't know. Hopefully none of us, have anything like that. But you want to have good health care. You want to have good resources and access to amenities that, you're not going to have that here. So I would rather be here in America.
So I guess it depends on when you decide to retire. So
Exactly. That's why
you want to retire in your 40s.
I want to retire by 40.
By
Yeah.
40.
I'm in my 20s right now. I feel like I have another 15 years.
You know that you can actually build something in Nigeria that can't even think of building something here again. You know that?
No, I get that 100%. Like right now, our properties in Nigeria. Our properties in my own properties in Lagos. You know what I mean? So it's all about how you manage what you got right now, and you just gotta work towards your future. Like everybody, I don't know what age we all want to retire and what we want to do when we retire, but right now for me, I'm working towards it. You get what I'm saying? Like my mom is the one back home, so she's the one doing it. Oh, I just saw this land in Redeem Camp. You guys know Redeem Camp, right? It's cheap as hell. Okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll buy the land. We have like a lot of land back home that it's just a whole lot of land. And right now they're worth nothing, but like there's development every single year. So by the time I'm 40, that it's developed, the house is built, I have a big home back home, I have this, I have that, go home and retire or spend some time back home. You were saying you wanted to do the thing.
Yeah.
I want to build a school back home, and it's not going to be like a traditional school. It's not going to be where you're bringing book and all these things. It's going to be a school that mostly the kids going to the school have to have some type of talents. You know what I mean? Either they don't know it, we help them find their talent, or they know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we take those kids in and kind of like help them nurture their talent. You know what I mean? Whether it's music or building stuff, or if it's DJing, whatever they want to do, it's going to be that type of school.
So I got a question for the two people. Oh, you guys.
Yeah. So also for me, like going back to Nigeria, it's not just like going to retire. Because like I have always wanted to like go back and give back to my community where I grew up from. Like I always feel like I want to go back to school, like work from like elementary to tertiary, like station, Because I feel like in Nigeria we have like so many times that not being like organized by the people, and so many young children are tired, but like there's no one to help them build it, just like you said, And some children want to go to school, but they don't even have someone to like help them with school, because like they don't have money to pay for like school fees, this and that, like in Nigeria, we need to go to school, you don't pay school fees, and we send you back home. You know, so like most children end up like, they drop out of school and they just try like hustle and survive. So like for me, it's like I always feel like I want to go back after like a while, go back and like do something to my community, like especially like where I grew up from, like Benue State or anywhere. Like it doesn't have to be, but like just go back and like help like
Just get back, right?
yeah, get back to my community, like build up my community, you know. Like that's very important, you know, because at the end of the day, like we come here, we live here for like, you know, there's so many times in a year, like we have times, like so much that, you know, and people do not even like care about it till like, it's like when you're like, oh, when you're like, being like, looking at like every other person that everyone start coming to like, ooh, this person has like, but like there's so many young children out there in Nigeria that have so much time that, you know, you
Let me-
can help them like,
Let me ask you guys a question. What ages do everyone, like, what ages do you guys want to retire by?
well,
What, do we have like goals, like? we're
Okay,
going
for
to-
me,
for me, when they say about retirement, because they picture it like you gotta work at the age of 40 or 50 years before you retire, you know? So, but what I understand about that retire is there is no time you can retire. You can retire at any time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can
So
retire anytime you want.
when you create your empire,
Right,
you understand, all you just gotta do is to sit like this.
right.
You're not working,
So
but
what
you just
age do you want to create that empire? What age do you want to be like, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm done with working right now. I just want to enjoy what I've created. Do you have like a time or goal?
I don't have a specific age, but I just feel like right now I'm working on so much that I don't want to be, honestly, I don't want to be in my 40s and I'm still running around working 12-hour shifts.
Right.
Doing all that.
My
Yeah,
mom-
but I want to be on a different level of working. Like the work I want to do is different.
Right.
Not working for the government over here. Because honestly, that's one of the reasons why I said I want to end up going back to Nigeria.
Right.
I feel like over here in the US, you just work, and pay money back to the government. You
Yeah.
barely can, you know, do so much over here. It just depends on, I don't know. It also depends.
I feel like all our parents.
I'm curious, the people that want to go to Nigeria, do y'all want to go live in Lagos or Abuja or go back to where you're from, like state? You guys-
yeah,
And
where?
why?
Because for me personally, like, there's no place to go around Chelsea. I'm sorry, I've been super, usually like, oh, not like, natural. At the end of the day, everyone has a place to go home. And for me, there's no place in this world that I felt like, whether it's here or it's Canada, it doesn't feel anything like it. So, and that's what my grandparents are. I don't want to spend time with them before, you know, where I was happening. So, and again, also, like, it's like what you're all saying, giving back to me. That's where, like, I've seen so many talented kids that were better than me at, whether it's ball, music, whatever I do. But again, they don't have that. So, next 10 years, I'll be back there. Just,
You want to be back home in 10 years and like settle down in Nigeria?
because, like, for me, what I'm doing is, like you said, your goal is to retire for you.
Right.
But it's not pretty fellowship, not 25, right? It's not pretty fellowship, don't be wrong.
And just go back.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm going back to retire right now. My focus then is going to be, okay, how do I get these kids out of those? How do I get into
Right.
How do I get into Asia? How do I get into Harvard next year?
Yeah.
Because we all know he's talented children from Nigeria. Like everybody would turn to see all
Yeah.
these musicians, all this stuff.
Right now, our biggest export in Nigeria is just talent.
Exactly.
You know,
So it's just hard.
music, you know, whatever. It's that's our
It's
biggest.
not that, you know, you said something about, you try to go to goals to help your community. Okay, there's this one biggest mistake that I made, today I still regret. Because when I was growing up in Nigeria, so my mom had to send me out to my boss to go learn about business. She always wanted me to be a business. I see myself like I want to play for national team. I want to play soccer. You know? So but when I went there, I saw another dimension of life. And I saw that this guy is loaded. When I say rich, he's rich. And he has a lot of connection. So he has already built his empire. Then what did he do? What he does was now, he now tells us about the business line. So we are the one running the business. He not even do anything. You understand? He doesn't even do anything. Even I was in communication with him the other day. I was saying, boss, you are still my boss no matter what. I still want to come there. I still want to be that loyal to you. What he told me that you're always welcome. You already know what to do. So now, if I go to Nigeria now, let's say I went to Nigeria with $200,000. What am I going to do? Because I already have the knowledge. So all I need to do is to go to market research. When I go to market research to know what is really on board, So I have to hire some people like, okay, run the errands for me. All I just gotta do is to sit in my secret room, just be making calls. Okay, how many containers, how many days, all right. That's it. With your system, everything is, you understand? Without not too much stress.
I feel like you guys are not thinking about the big picture though.
I feel like when it comes to Nigeria, it's just because like Nigeria and America. I feel like in Nigeria, because we already know how the government is in Nigeria. We already know like people are not comfortable in Nigeria. But if you have your money, it's just like going to Nigeria to go and do that in December. If you carry $1,500, you're a baller. 1,500 will not do shit in this country.
Exactly.
She married. Oh yeah. She married.
Whenever you go back home, no matter what, I tell my auntie, whenever I tell my auntie, I'm coming to Nigeria, she said, what are you coming to look for in this place? There's nothing here. And I'm like, do you understand? It's different from me. Like, I'm going there with my money that I've already had over here. I'm having peace of mind. I'm not going there to struggle. I'm going there to rest.
Enjoy the food.
And even the businesses that I already, I already have this business. I'm just there. Oh, okay. Like you said, talking I don't want. I'm just making the call. I'm not there going to be running around. What I'm going to be doing in Nigeria is what I enjoy. I'm not doing it for survival. I'm doing it for
It sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you don't want to go to Nigeria, want to retire here in a sense, and have a second life and career in Nigeria, But doing things that are more like fulfilling in one way or another.
Yeah, because if you're working back home, you're not.
But do you know that the most people that leave Nigeria are people who are broke. The real people who has money in Nigeria, when you tell them to leave that country, they will tell you to work like someone like my boss. As of 2008, 2007, 2008, when I was still selling my course, if you want to go to China to customize clothes, because we're into fashion design, this guy, like my manager, he doesn't go. My manager used to go to China with $100,000. And I'm not joking. Back then, because I know that if someone has like $50,000 in his account, you get one for a year. See, like, what are you talking about?
There are some people that don't even leave Nigeria. You tell them, I come to America, I know they come. They don't want to leave.
I want to hear what Precious has to say.
Yeah.
I don't know, for me, because I definitely had the mindset earlier, I guess earlier in my age, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Nigeria, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna do so much. And I feel like that was very naive of me, because you guys were all talking about, I'm gonna build land, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm like, okay, these are very pure thoughts. But then you're running into the government, you're running into corruption, like all of that stuff. For me, that's just a big, that doesn't make me want to be in Nigeria, especially then I'm going to Nigeria already being established, having money and all of that. What about all of these other people who are living on nothing? I do want to go to Nigeria, have a house and all of that, but for myself and my moral standing and all of that, I can't be in a country where I'm, chopping life, whatever, and there are people who just have nothing. And that's how it is here in the US, and you can say that's how it is in other countries as well. But I don't want to continue to then add to the problems, which is why it's I wouldn't see myself retiring in Nigeria just because of the problems that are there.
Right. I feel like we all have the same idea of going back to Nigeria just to give back and help where we're from, because we have the opportunity to be here in America, but we all want to go back home eventually and give back. I could have got wrapped up. Right?
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it on this end. Let's go around and say one final sentence from each person about where they want to live, not Nigeria or America. Where would you guys want to live?
10 seconds.
Real quick.
Maybe Dubai or Qatar.
I would like to live in Dubai.
No, it's always going to be
Caribbean.
Apart from Nigeria, the only country I would love to live is
Really?
Nice.
Switzerland.
The United States.